Hello, hello, and welcome back to another episode of cedh Bling Builds. Though this deck is not going to be as blinged out as it could be, I'm not going to spend the money on Madness parts. Madness, what are you talking about? Oh yeah, Madness. We're going to run a OG Anje Falcon Wrath. The not the I don't even know what the new Anje does, but this is our Madness deck. It wins by turn one. I don't I don't think I've ever seriously ran this deck. Like I'll bring it once a year somewhere, but this is like the deck that you lose friends to. Like if this is your main deck, you're not going to be playing a lot of games. You might as well own like be invested in a mobile game or something because no one's going to invite you to their pods if you are an Anje main. But I was looking at my analytics, and it showed that you guys were looking at old Anje lists. I don't believe Anje received anything that amazing over the years since her release, but I didn't have the time to check this current list against her old list. But with that said, let's get into the deck. Now, what Anje wants to do, really the bottom line is, right, the bare bones of the deck, is she wants to loot through the deck to find a worldgorger combo to make infinite mana to then find an outlet. It's very simple, very, very simple. In fact, Anje lists are so oversimplified that the mana base is really, really trimmed down. You know, most cedh mana bases have like 28, maybe 30 cards in their mana base. I'm gonna and a lot of these Anje lists have 20, 24, but I'm gonna be a mad lad. I'm gonna run a 20 land Anje list. So all you really need to have on board is you just need to find one land and maybe some ramp, you know, 1, 2 lands, and rock, and that's it. You're off to the races. Having so many lands, it's gonna clog up your madness turns, right? Drawing a land, you need to draw another madness card. Really does matter in a deck like this. There's no ad nauseum in this deck because some of these madness cards are like 18 CMC, so it would conflict with ad nauseum. I know in the database there is an ad nauseum Anje list, but these deck builders, like I said, they eat paint chips or something, and all their little fanboys, uh, they just don't see the irony in that. But yeah, the faster Anje could loot through the deck, the more consistent she becomes. And so we're gonna have every single on-color madness card in our deck because we're crazy. We're crazy. This is Anje, right? No fucks are given in a deck like this. So let's get straight into it. Let's get straight into why this tuna fish version is maybe a little bit different from the database versions. And there are subtle differences. So starting this off, we have Anje. Thank God she has haste. We got our World Gorger Dragon combo here. Of course, you gotta have the World Gorger Dragon. It's a very fragile combo, very trash combo. If it gets disrupted, you enter your scoop phase. It's as simple as that. World Gorger Dragon, we have its reanimation spells. Once the World Gorger Dragon's in the graveyard, right, if you didn't know this, once World Gorger is in the dragon graveyard, take two. Once World Gorger Dragon is in your graveyard, you want to reanimate it with one of these reanimation spells, auras, whether it's a Dance of the Dead, a Necromancy, or an Animate Dead. And that's it. You equip it, not equip it, you attach it to the World Gorger ETB, bounce back the Animate Dead. In response to this trigger happening, you're going to tap down all your rocks and lands and shit. And it's just going to result in an infinite ETB, LTB, infinite mana loop. Remember that, kiddos, infinite mana loop, right? So there's some changes I made to the mana base. Of course, you need to be able to shut off the combo by targeting another creature, just to end that combo, or else you're going to infinitely be targeting the Worldgorger Dragon, which is illegal, from what I understand. We have Dockside Extortionist. Even though our deck goes super duper fast, I don't know. I really don't know how much value your Dockside's going to get, right? If your opponents are going that fast, if they're going faster than your Anje deck, that's a little bit concerning. So I don't know how much value a Dockside Extortionist gets. You let me know in the comment section how much value your Dockside gets in an Anje list. Unless you're running like one of these bad Anje lists from the database that their Anje goes off by turn 5, 6, and because you're gonna. We have Underworld Breach. We can do a lot of loop-de-scoop-de-whoops with Underworld Breach. We're going to fill our graveyard up with a lot of garbage madness cards. So we have plenty of fodder for our Underworld Breach. Simple as that. I like Cut too. Ribbons. Cut is a really shitty spot removal, creature spot removal in this deck. It's Sorcery Speed. But Ribbons is practically an Exsanguinate we cast from the graveyard. Very, very simple. Once we have infinite mana with our Worldgorger loop or Dockside Underworld Breach loop. No, actually, there are no Dockside Underworld Breach loops. There's no Skirt Prospector in here. It's funny because other lists that I'm criticizing also don't have Skirt in the deck, so they too realize that Dockside's a little too slow for an Anje deck, but you run it anyway, right? You cast them for 2 to get your 2 treasure. But I like Cut to Ribbons. I like Cut to Ribbons. You loot it away. You finger bang the annoying stacks piece, which is very important in this deck, with the exception of some stupid, weird Madness creatures. Because Madness creatures do other things too, but like you got to read them, and who really reads every single Madness creature to understand what it does and the nuances of them? It's crazy, but some of them do have some utility to them, right? So maybe there's some spot removal in my Madness creature pile, in my Madness card pile. But yeah, Cut to Ribbons is a very shitty spot removal, but that spot removal might come in handy to finger bang the Hate Bear. We have Avacyn's Judgment with a mana cost of X and red. It's pretty much what Ribbons does. You pitch it, you're going to pew 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 for X. What is it? Pew 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 X divided? Okay, cool. So hopefully your X will be 500 billion million. 500 trillion billion million, okay? Out of desperation, we have other combos in our back pocket. We'll go over those too. We have Bloodhall Priest, right? A terrible card at a 4 CMC, right? But when it ETBs, and if you're Hellbent, you're gonna pew pew up a thing for 2, okay? So if you have a second comeback, right, with your failed Worldgorger loop, and you just so happen to find no, sorry, you won't be hellbent from a Worldgorger. You'll have no board presence. But if something happens, you can LED yourself, right? And then perform this Bloodhall Priest loop under a Worldgorger Dragon loop, because among all the permanents, your Bloodhall Priest will ETB. If you're hellbent, pew pew, GG. This is don't depend on this combo. This is like just something in our back pocket. Thank God it had Madness. If it didn't have Madness, something like this wouldn't be in the deck. We have a Revolutionist, right? And at 6 CMC, it's a wonderful card to have in your BAD, bad nauseum Anje list. You see what I'm getting at, right? Okay. So when this guy ETBs, you Archaeomancer, right? You return an instant or sorcery card from the graveyard to your hand. Okay. So with that said, if for under worldgorger loops. We could infinitely cast like a fiery temper, right? Pew 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 for 3, or Almsbane, which is actually not good. Not good. It's at sorcery speed. This makes the combo a little bit more convoluted. Maybe you would have to jam Emergent Zone in your deck, but then that's a land that doesn't produce color, and that's more YOLO than you imagine, because you have to land the land first before you could do an Alms of the Vein, and this is a like Plan Z combo. So, but again, a bad card, awful combo, but it does have madness, so it stays in the deck. Moving right along, we're going to our ramp. We have a Simian Spirit Guide, a Dark Ritual, and a Cabal Ritual. There is no Calling the Weak, and there is no Reign of Filth in this deck. Reign of Filth doesn't work. You fuck when you're running 20 lands and you're trying to go off turn 1, turn 2. We have a Rite of Flame, no Jessica's Will, just a Rite of Flame. We have a ton of ways to spam the board with black mana before an Underworld, before a worldgorger loop, but not too many ways to generate red mangoes. And then we have this tech card, tech from your boy Tuna Fish. We have a Songs of the Damned, an instant for 1 single black, and you add black for each creature in your graveyard. There are a lot of terrible madness cards, and fortunately for us, in this deck, a lot of them are creatures. So this Songs of the Damned could very easily get like 12 CMC of black mana, no problem. And so for that, this Songs of the Damned is a must include in the deck, okay? Our counters package, starting things off with our soft counters, we have a Deflecting Swat, Red Elemental Blast, Pyroblast, and Tybalt's Trickery, which is trash card, but we're going fast. We need to be able to stop any opposition as soon as we can. Maybe if it's really bad for you, maybe run like an Imp's Mischief as well. For our tutors, we have Gamble, Vampiric Tutor, Imperial Seal, Demonic Tutor, and another tech, Mausoleum Secrets. It has Undergrowth, whatever. I don't know, fuck. Maybe this is the only Undergrowth card of its that exists. But you search your library for a black card with CMC less than or equal to the number of creature cards in your graveyard. Again, in a madness deck where you're just looting, and scooting, you're gonna have like a million creatures in your graveyard. And the card you're really just looking for is an Animate Dead, or there's 3 of them. And you know what? They're all black. So, GG's. Our wheels, we have a Wheel of Fortune. Usually I go from the worst wheel to the best wheel. We'll go the opposite direction. Because why? Because there's tech I'm going to share with you guys. So we have a Wheel of Fortune, Wheel of Misfortune, and a Change of Fortune, right? What? Yeah, so Change of Fortune from, what is this? Vow. For 3 and a red, at sorcery speed, we're going to discard our hand and draw a card for each card you discarded this turn. That's right, you mooks, you got to pay attention to how many cards you've discarded this turn. 1, because you could be running like a Bag of Holding in your deck. I don't, I'm in this deck. But just keep track of how many cards you've discarded. because your change of fortune could destroy you the other half of your deck, okay? And that's wonderful. Because even though there's like 48 madness cards in this deck, you could still whiff. You could still whiff. It happens. So we're trying to eliminate the whiff. You see what I'm saying? You eliminate the whiff, we add to the consistency. You want to run ad nauseum in your deck because it was on the database, you'll lose consistency. I don't know what the fuck you're going to do with an ad nauseum. You're going to ad nauseum for 3 cards in an Anje deck. And we'll see. We'll see some of the thick boy CMCs. If you want to squeeze in the ad nauseum in your Anje deck, what the fuck? Where the fuck are you going to cut the CMC from? The madness cards? But it's a madness deck. Fucking database, dude. And then another tech card, another tech, super tech, tech. A lot of these cards are new to you, because they only appear in like Anje decks. They're not good anywhere else. We have a Shadow of the Grave. For 1 and a black, add instant speed. Return to your hand all cards in your graveyard that you've cycled or discarded this. Mamma mia. Mamma mia. You saying that you're saying here we go again? Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. Here we go again. Ah shit. Here we go again. Right? You just looted through 20, 25 cards. Okay? You ran out of steam, but you didn't tap your Anje out of desperation for that one more card, right? You played it safe. And you cast your Shadow of the Grave, and now you can loot for another 25, for another 25 cards deeper in the deck, hopefully. So Shadow of the Grave, Chef's Kiss. For our rocks, very, very small rock package. We have the LED. We're trying to do on the World Breach loops. If you were fortunate enough, like me, to pick up your LED many, many years ago, I think it was like a $40 card. Congratulations, well done. But you know, cedh tables are proxy friendly, so knock yourself out. But LED, really, really strong in our Underworld Breach loops. I don't know anything else that could substitute the LED. Lotus Petal is just not good enough. It's not good enough. Lotus Petal. Chromux and Mox Diamond are trash cards once we're doing worldgorger loops. Okay, you're just gonna let them get buried, whatever. But for fast mana, we have them in the deck. A lot of people will ask the question on the cedh Reddit, what's a cedh deck I can build on a budget? You're gonna get 2 answers. 1, cedh is proxy friendly, just proxy a deck. And 2, Anje. And Mox Diamond could be skipped, could be cut from your list, sure. But if you land a turn 1 Mox Diamond, you're off to the races. This is fast mana because we want to play it fast. But once you find the Underworld worldgorger dragon loop, they're dead cards at that point. So sayonara. Soul Ring and Mana Crypt, very simple. I know Mana Vault, whatever. I know it can bounce itself, and it's fine. I don't really need the colorless mana. Once I find the loops, I'm good. I don't need colorless mana to do any of that. Now, with that said, yeah, there's very little things we could do with colorless mana in this deck, so we just stick with these 2. We're gonna move on to the lands package. I didn't go over any of the mana cards. I did the important mana cards. I'm sure there's some interesting mana cards in the rest of the pile. I'll do that last. but I'm not gonna do 2-hour research. I'm not gonna scour the internet for each Manus card. I just read it quickly. It doesn't have any deeper utility, right? We saw the Revolutionist Fiery Temper combo is trash. I imagine most of the other Madness cards are going to be just as bad. Our mana package, this is a 20 land deck. 20 land deck. 20 land deck. Let's get into it. We have all 7 fetches. We have 1 swamp, 1 snow-covered swamp. Any reason for this? You know what? There's no tainted pack in this deck. So when I put the deck list in the link in the description, there's going to be a tainted pack somewhere. I just realized there's no tainted pack here. Without a tainted pack, there's no need for me to limit myself with the basics. But tainted pack is still really, really strong. Out of desperation, I could still find the other half of a combo. Actually, there's no Entomb or Unmarked Grave in this deck either. Right? So there's 3 cards that I might do a revision on and add to the deck a little bit later. You know what? Maybe I make this a budget deck. No, this isn't a budget list per se. I was gonna say I could cut the Chrome Mox and the Mox Diamond for the Tainted Pact and an Entomb. Entomb, of course, just to add speed to your worldgorger. Get him out of here. Stay tuned. It might be amended in the final deck list. Mountain, Snow Mountain. We have a Shock and a Duel. Now pay attention. There's stuff in here you're going to be like, what? Why those? Why not the Pain Land? Why not the Tainted Land? Pay attention, pay attention. Why not the Pathway? Right? We have Luxury Suite. And then the Rainbow Lands. Right? We have a Gemstone Cavern. If you land it turn 0, great, well done. Otherwise, you're just going to loot it away. We have Forbidden Orchard. I don't care. I can give my opponents 8/8 Octopus. I don't care. I don't care. But if I'm going to fix, and I'm going to fix for free, I'm trying to create infinite mangoes for free. I don't want to ping myself, right? I don't want to pew myself in my pee hole to make infinite black and infinite red, because you can only pew yourself in your pee hole a certain amount of times. You see, so you can't really do a Pain Land. Right? So we have Forbidden Orchard. We have Command Tower. These are all free. We have a Gemstone Mine. Or fast. In a very, very fast deck, you can play your Gemstone Mine. It's fast, and if you bounce it, you get your counters right back. Right back. So it's free colors. Now, these hurt a little bit. I know I just went on the rant about pinging yourself, but the City of Brass and Mana Confluence are fine. Fine. Why did I do that? Maybe I did that for pride. Maybe I just make this a Tainted and a and the Pathway. Yeah. Maybe I'm gonna go over the deck again and make it a budget list. No, but you can't, because Lion's Eye Diamond is just too important of a card. So no, there's no way. Lion's Eye Diamond and Wheel of Fortune are just too important. Okay, there are going to be changes in the deck. This is not the final list, but we're gonna make some changes. Maybe a tainted, uh, the black red one, and a pathway. Just trying to make free mana without paying any life once we do the worldgorger loop. I don't really need to showcase this. These are the other 40 something Manus cards. We have them all. We have if you look it up on Scryfall, these are all the Manus cards in our colors. I'm not going to read them all because I've never read some of them ever. So I'm just going to trip over my own words and kill time. I don't believe, see, some of them have some utility to get rid of things. You know, whether it's a hate bear or a stacks piece. Is there one to finger bang a artifacts enchantment? I don't know. Because that's the only thing that's going to stand in your way, like a graph digger's cage. I'd seen this thing put in work. People hype this thing up. Maybe my brain hurts and I don't know what it is that's so amazing about this. Okay. Wow. Wow, amazing. It's just all the rest of the cards. There's nothing important. And there's no way I would ever bling this stuff out. There's no way. Some of these are really expensive for just like stupid. An instant. Okay, so this a psychotic haze could also be done in your Plan Z, a Revolutionist worldgorger loop. And that's it. That's it. And then you have it. There you have Anje in 2022. Vampire tribal. Give it a try. Proxy out the whole deck, dude. Just proxy out the whole deck and give it a try. Right. If you're going against a sweaty pod, just have a whole deck proxied out and in your backpack and bust it out and lose all your friends. Right? How to alienate your friends in one evening. Thanks so much. Catch you later.